general. Alright, so here are also features, but kind of what comes to language. Use the features of persuasive letter writing. It could be letter or could be leaflet or poster again. Present tense. You need to always use present tense, not past. Give evidence for your main points. Don't forget to give evidence and reasons and facts. Prove that you are right, like we said before. Address the reader directly and use pronouns such as you and us and we and your. Be friendly and use rhetorical questions. Use emotive languages. Same like everything we mentioned before. In paragraph 1, explain the purpose of your letter. This is more related to the letter, not the technique or how you're going to use this, or just the technique of the letter. There's some techniques specific to letters and some other techniques generally for persuasive writing. So in paragraph 1 of your letter, explain the purpose of your letter. So you're going to say, Dear Miss Salma, my letter I'm writing to you today for example, because you banned us from our break and you want to convince me to change my mind and to give you back your breaks, for example, or your PE sessions or activity sessions. So explain the purpose of your letter. Let me know the first thing that you're writing to convince me or to tell me about the banning of your activity sessions or your breaks and so on. In paragraph 2, describe the problem, consequences, and your solutions. What's the problem? Is that you're banned from the break. Consequences, you will have too much energy, for example, that you would like to extract from your body. We all know that we have energy. If it's very excessive inside of our bodies, of course we need to get rid of it so we can sit calm at the end. So consequences of not going to your breaks. You won't have time to eat, you won't have time to play and have some fun, so you can get your mind back to work. Everybody needs a break. Anybody who works needs a break and so on. Nobody can work like for consecutive hours. So these are the consequences. And your solutions. Maybe your solution is going to be something to compromise, or to tell me, you can take from us the break, but don't take the PE, or take the PE but don't take the break either. Compromise. Try to find a better solution. In paragraph 3, summarize your argument. So summarize all the problem, consequences, and solutions in less words. And of course, in paragraph 2, you're going to use facts. Like a doctor once said that running is good for mental health. Your mental health starts or gets its power from your physical health and so on. So if you exercise, your brain is going to work better. So you're going to summarize, to make a summary for all your problems and consequences and solutions. Then at the very end, you're going to try to include phrases like, what would happen if, this will cause, I hope you agree to, and as a result. These are phrases that would help you and make you sound professional and convincing too. So what would happen if you ban us from the PE session, but let us take our breaks? Banning us from our breaks will cause that we won't focus, or we have so much energy inside our bodies that we would need to get rid of. I hope you agree to that, for example, whatever. I hope you agree to like anything. As a result of banning us from the breaks, just use these phrases before your problems, consequences, and solutions. Use these phrases. And there's also going to be more phrases and words that you could use to make your writing better. Alright, so now as we're done with the features and techniques and how to write, and again, in this slide you have some specific features when it comes to letters, writing a persuasive letter. Before, they were writing a persuasive poster or leaflet or letter. They are more general techniques. Alright, but here they are more related to letters. I hope these two slides are clear. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, here we have the persuasive word choice. What do I mean by persuasive word choices? In order to persuade someone, you have to be very specific and very picky when it comes to your word choices and phraseology and your phrases, I mean. So, in the introduction, in the letter or in the introduction of your poster or introduction of your leaflet. Leaflet, again, I said it's like a poster, but not just, it's one big page and it's folded into 3, for example, or 2, like a brochure. So in the introduction, some examples of the word choices you could use are: for this reason, I am sure that, it is certain, or in the same way. So again, I repeat, it's very important to use such words or such phrases in your introduction. An example for this reason: I am writing this, or the Javan rhino is an endangered animal, or the mountain gorilla is an endangered animal. For this reason, I'm writing, or I'm writing this letter to the villagers or the hunters who kill the mountain gorillas. I am sure that they are of great addition to the world. The animals, I mean. They are of great addition to the world and nature. And so on. Try to use them in your introduction. They make good sense. Alright. Next are in the details. In the details, when like it's the time to write the reasons, the facts, the evidences, the stories, the anecdotes, you need to use, for example, in fact, in support of this. So after you finish in your introduction and you say that the endangered animal are of great addition to the society, or having our breaks is good for our mental health. In fact, a study shows 1, 2, 3, 4. In support of this, one of the scientists or one of the physicians or doctors have mentioned in an interview that 1, 2, 3, 4, and put some statements or arguments that support your opinion. That breaks and activity sessions are amazing for your health and your brain. And if your body is active, your brain is going to be active as well. But if your body is lazy and you don't move a lot, your brain is going to be as lazy as your body. This is in the details. Some examples of word choices that you can use in the details paragraphs. For example, in fact, and in support of this. Causal conjunctions. Causal comes from the word cause. Conjunctions. Conjunctions, again, like connectives. We know the connectives. To connect phrases and clauses. So, causal comes from the word cause. What causes what? Or something is the cause of something else. So, accordingly, consequently, hence, thus, and otherwise. If you're going to write 2 phrases, that one is the reason of the other, or one causes the other. So, for example, banning us from our breaks is not healthy. Accordingly, our what's the word? Our performance in the class is not going to be as good as it was before. Example. Consequently, for example, if I'm talking about endangered animals, if we keep killing these animals, villagers are going to, and if this animal extinct, villagers are going to cut all their forests. Consequently, this will cause a natural disaster. It will cause Earth to be. We all know that trees and green areas are good for producing oxygen, and they're good um, for Earth, for the globe. So you can use consequently after saying that killing them is going to be bad for the society or for Earth, for our nature. Consequently, 1 to 3 will happen. All right. So these are for to connect phrases and clauses that are like cause and reason, reason and cause. One is a reason for the next. All right. The last slide in the persuasive word choice is endings. Ending. When you're going to end your letter or your leaflet or poster, your persuasive piece of writing, you need to conclude, and we restate our opinion again. We summarize everything we wrote, like the facts, the reasons, the causes, what will happen, and so on. What's the problem, how we are going to solve it. All of these we summarize in the last paragraph, which is going to be the conclusion or the end. You can use, as you can see, without a doubt or in brief. You can start your paragraph with using either of these. In brief, killing or keeping on killing endangered animals is not good, blah blah blah, and just summarize the reason and the facts you extracted. Again, reading is breathing in, writing is breathing out. So in order to write about anything, about getting banned from breaks, having no lunch breaks, killing endangered animals, anything, you have to read about first, especially in the persuasive, because if you don't know about the topic that much, you won't be able to persuade, right? And you need to have valid points and good arguments, so the opposing opinion or the other people or your audience would listen from you and be convinced. So again, we have to read before we write. This is very important, guys, because you usually skip this step. All right, so in the endings, you can either use as you can see or without a doubt or in brief. And by the way, the meaning of doubt is when you feel uncertain or not sure or suspicious about something. I'm not sure whether I can do this task or not. I'm not sure. So I doubt if I can do this homework. I doubt if I can get full mark. I don't feel like I'm gonna get full mark. I'm uncertain about my knowledge. So you have to show people that you don't have any doubts about your topic. And without a doubt, it means that you are completely certain. Some other words that you could use in the endangered animal topic are, or in general in persuasive writing, arguments, unfair, support, safe. Use positive words. Safe. When you say safe, you make the reader or the audience, oh, he's looking for safety, so he's right. He's looking to support the animals, he's right. He's looking for fairness, or he's trying to make everything fair and justice, or just, so they would agree with you. Or secure, advantages, mention happiness, mention protect. These are words that work on the subconscious of the reader. They make the reader feel that you're seeking something good. So they would also be convinced or persuaded with your own point of view. Again, when you mention positive words, support, save, secure animals, secure the orphans, we should support the kids that have no families, the orphans, or kids that have cancers, and so on. They should live a happy life. These all give positive thoughts to the reader. They make them accept your point of view.